one. Your crew run. Your crew run. I know you sick of this lame brand nigga with flows. Girl say he's sweet like licorice. So get with this, nigga, it's easy. Girlfriend, here's a pin. Call me round 10, come through, have sex on rubs, that's Persian. Right. Come up to your job, hit you while you're working. For certain, I'm a freaking, not speaking. Leave that ass leaking like rapper demo. Tell them who, take their clothes off slowly. Kill them with the force like Obi. Dick black like Kobe, watch me roam like Romy. Lucky they don't owe me, where to say show me, homie.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake.
Hey!
America!
We're back on the B Live Streaming Show.
Man, it's cold in here. My nipples are hard.
Man, that's personal information, man.
I think Doug needs some more iron. He over here teasing me about the stuff that I'm drinking. All the nice iron and green vegetables I drink.
She paid $10 for a shake.
Yeah,
$10.
She's on another level. Actually, she's looking very radiant today. I was going to comment on that. You're looking
well,
lovely
thank
today.
you, Chris. But if we're talking about great produce, great ingredients.
Okay, you know, glow also is associated with pregnancy too. When somebody's glowing, they have that pregnancy glow.
Oh.
Why you got to twist it that way?
No,
anyway.
you never heard that. I know you heard that before. I'm not saying that you're
I'm
pregnant.
warm and feeling great. And
what does the ring?
When they first get pregnant, they feel like
what
that
does
too.
a ring on the thumb mean?
it means it's a ring on the thumb.
No,
it's got a peace sign on it.
It's got a peace sign on it?
Yeah, so she's at peace. She's a ray of light, and she's in tune with the universe. She's open.
She's open.
Yeah.
Oh, that's open.
Yeah, she open.
Oh,
like
that's
a check
open.
cashing joint.
So if you're walking with the ring on the finger, guys, look at it. She's open.
No, that doesn't mean that.
Oh.
Doug is not representative.
Yeah. Because, you know, it's like she's open to take the ring
well, I was just telling her, you know,
and put it on the ring.
She seems, I was just telling her while we were off there, she seems like an only child to me. And she was like, well, what does that mean? What is an only child? You know how an only child, they're reserved, you know, because they haven't been raised with a lot of people or whatever.
They're centered in their own rays of light and all that.
She got, that kind of reminds me. She says she has a
I don't know if that's really accurate.
Well, she has an older brother. Just a little bit.
It's kind of strange, though.
Yeah.
What's strange, Chris?
I mean, it's just strange. It's just strange.
What's strange?
It's just antennas up. It's time to sound like a sex phone operator. What was that? You said we had Bobby. We're going way off.
That's why I stopped. I left it alone.
We start down that path. We're going to get off of our Black Hollywood.
There won't be no Black Hollywood.
We're going to talk about the black people who are working in the porn industry because they're working. We're working there.
I like the Be Life Dripping t-shirt you have on, though. You're looking very lovely today.
Thank you. You gave it to me, Chris.
Oh, I did.
Representing. It's a love
Representing.
Yeah, Bobby, you made a great point about. I wanted to chime in on the Hollywood thing, man. It appears that in this town that if we don't do it ourselves, it won't get done. I mean, you have to be an entrepreneur now.
Well, listen. At the end of the day, doesn't it come down to numbers? You know, Bobby's making some good points about, you know, like Will Smith's new movie, I Want to See, and his co-star is a white female.
Yes.
So now, are we looking at this in the terms that we have her, now we open it up to this big group, this target market of African Americans and other ethnicities, Will Smith, and then he has lots and lots of white fans and other people of all races.
Yes.
And then this white female actress and her following that then makes for a hit blockbuster, or is that not fair to say?
No, that's what they're going for.
Well, they're going for the crossover.
The crossover. Is that okay? You're saying that?
It's fine, but I think it's, you know, it goes back to our earlier point. We need balance. You know, we need we need balance. We're not getting balance out of Hollywood. We're not getting, you know, I mean, when you look at it, it's just, we're not there. We're not on television. And what happens is, when you do get a show like Empire, the reason it comes under scrutiny, Quest was talking about, people coming on and talking about it. And, Tyler Perry went through this. When he first started doing his movies, people were like, oh, he's cooning, he's all over the place. But the problem is when you have a lack of product, then the one that does come out, it has to appease everybody. Everybody, and, we shouldn't be held to those standards. I mean, there should be an Empire show on. There should be a family show on. We should have diversity. When you don't have diversity, or should I say, when you don't have a multitude of different choices, then the one that does come out is not going to be received by everybody, because Christians can't watch this, and then the ones that Christian show, then people who love the club life, and then they can't watch it. So we just need more programming, and I think that was solid.
That's true. But then at the same time, you need to know how to stay in your lane, because Tyler Perry, I believe he was very good at staying in his lane. He didn't let nobody change what he was doing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He didn't let nobody change him from getting out of that dress.
Right.
He did his thing until he got enough money and power to where he can do his thing.
Right.
But this is what I was saying about making a choice of who you are and what you're coming out into the world with versus selling out to do something else that's not what your intentions were
in
the first place. And get lost because you're going after the money.
Right. Well, you go after the money, but you just have to go after it the way you want to go after it, and hopefully that's the right way. Because Tyler Perry did it his way.
Yeah.
People tried to get him out of that dress. They tried to, like I say, stop him from cooning, but he didn't change, and his way got him over.
Right.
What were you
about to say?
I don't know. There's so many people that have so many negative things to say about Tyler Perry and the whole buffoonery cooning thing, but it's like there's
I like Tyler.
I see. That's where I think that you were talking about talent and about stifling talent and being true to yourself as an artist. No one, in my opinion, should be forced to be something they're not. And we should have all spectrum. Even with this music, I'm in love with the cocoa or whatever. I'm not saying it shouldn't exist. I'm saying that there should be regulations on how it exists and how it's distributed. But this guy has a right to express himself if that's what he comes from, where he comes from, and how he's lived his life. By all means, you have a certain group of people out there who love this type of stuff. But we have to be careful how we push it out. I've noticed about you're a ray of light. You have a positive thing. You're not going to wear a bikini. You're not.
That's not true.
So you will.
Call me.
Chris got right outside. Call. What I mean is you're going to. You threw me off on that one. I'm sorry.
I just said what I wanted to say, but everybody else was thinking it. They can't talk now. They're like, in the bikini.
I'm saying you're gonna roll yourself out a certain way. You're not gonna be dancing on a pole. I mean, if you
not
sign me up,
wait.
Pole dancing is
what classes did you say you were going to sign up for?
Oh, I've already been doing that. I'm a very great pole dancer.
Yeah, but you do that in a... Let me understand. I'm confused now. I can take it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, I heard that.
You do that in the confines of your own home. You're not going to be out there... Because we can bring a pole in here. I got some ones. I mean, we can get it cracking in here like that now. Tell me. That's it. I love that type of ray of light. Yeah. For a married man, that's it. Blinding. I can look, but I can't touch. They're like the song said. I'm a big porn junkie and all that. But
That'd be killing me. He didn't say something, but let me clarify.
Yeah, well, I have to because I have a wife. But what I'm saying is, even with marriage, I still watch porn. I still do different things or whatever, but I don't cross the line. But let me know what's cracking.
I'm trying to get your point, though. This kid fell out of his mouth. Did you see that?
I wasn't expecting that. You kind of threw me off. Back on topic.
Life is strange. Life is strange.
Get the point.
Life is strange.
He's just trying to. I don't get the point. You're saying I wouldn't wear a bikini. I would.
No, I'm just saying you're not. I'm saying you have a certain amount of. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm saying you have a standard of class that
I do have a standard of class.
Right, you have that. You have marks that you won't go to now. Yeah. But if you're capable of being sold or you can do that, then let's get it cracking.
I'm trying to get used to this marriage thing. You can't touch, but you can watch porn.
Yeah, I'm not saying that that's right, but I do watch porn. I enjoy it.
See, and the crazy thing is, now he can say that, and his wife don't mind. But if you're single you can't watch porn.
I do. Well,
I'm just saying,
Watch it, everybody watch it.
women that don't like
I
you
don't know,
watch
but
porn if
remember
you're
we
single.
said that we were actually going to have a show about that because that's a whole nother topic and actually very important in marriage and in in single life.
Single life is about getting the cocoa, and in marriage life is about
not
we're married.
Go
watch some porn. Go watch some porn.
You still have to. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
that's a separate topic. We're gonna
we're gonna come back next week.
But no, I'm trying to get what your point was that went with what we're talking about in the state of Hollywood. You're talking about like selling out or
but the point I was making is you threw me completely. I pulled a Chris. I pulled a Chris.
we need a video of on the beach with a bikini.
Yeah, she
slapped
steered me away.
on the screen.
She steered me away. The point I was making is that you have to be true. We have to be true to what we do, and you can't let people dictate what you do and how you do it because they want you to fall under a certain umbrella. Yeah. I never saw anything wrong with what Tyler Perry was doing. Why should he not be able to put on a dress or act crazy or silly because people are saying no, you can't behave that way, because next thing you know, we're policing.
Right.
We're policing what people are comfortable with.
See, and what you said something that was very valuable, because you said since we have a lack of content, then it's like having to be everything for everybody.
Right.
And what was so important and why you said that and how you expressed yourself on that is that people get upset saying that all black people aren't like that. But there are literally now. I got some fam in the South, and I know some of those characters. Some might be pushed a little bit more to the extreme for the comedic factor, but some of those characters and how they talk and what they cooking and stuff, and it's funny, and that's why we laugh. But then there's other people that don't come from maybe a family like that, or they're ashamed of that, or whatever it might be, and then all of a sudden it's all these negative comments towards Tyler Perry, about what he's put out there. What are your thoughts on that, Bobby? Because you from Arkansas, right?
Yeah. See, I love Tyler Perry.
He's from the backwoods of Arkansas.
He's like, I never heard of like the DMV of Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is like a DMV, like Mississippi, Arkansas? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I'm ready to get out of there. Believe me, huh? But no, I love Tyler. I think Tyler's doing a really good thing. I think what we have to be very, very careful of, though, is losing focus. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, the Oscars are all white," and all of that. Well, that is true, but that's just one event. Let's look at the big picture. She asked me, what was the state of Hollywood? Well, the state of Hollywood is not just the Oscars. The state of Hollywood is us working in television, film, animation. It's terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't get a black guy to even unplug a camera. I mean, when you go on the movie sets, I've been on the movie sets. When you look at the behind the scenes of the the grips, people building the sets, it's completely white. Yeah. And what's crazy about that is Bobby and I read this article that Chris Rock was doing, and Chris Rock brought this to the forefront. When you go to Beverly Hills and you go to the rich white neighborhoods or whatever. From the moment you go there to the moment you leave, you see Mexicans cutting yards. You see, Mexicans doing all that. So you mean to tell me that they're not qualified to build sets? I mean, if we can hire them, if they can hire them to run their neighborhoods and take care of the kids and be that, but they can't build sets. Right. They can't do any of that work on sets.
Well, cutting my grass, I'm paying you $1,000 a month. Unplug that plug at the movie set, I'm paying you $10,000 a month.
That's a big difference.
But that goes to prove my point. That goes to prove my point. And in essence, what we're creating is a genocide.
Yes.
Yeah, financial genocide.
Right.
Oh my gosh, this is so horrible, because what it comes down, this like going back to the foundation that you're talking about. Whatever you're instilling in your kids, and then what people are thinking and what they're learning as a child as they're growing up, they are closed. It's like, I am closed to receive that I can make that $10,000 or do this or do that, and it's like
you feel like you're open. They closing the doors.
Well, yeah.
No.
And if you've been on a movie set, but if you've been on a movie set, you know that. You have men on there, 90 years old. They just won't give that job up. No. And if they give it up, they're giving it up to their son, their grandson. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they're bringing in their families and, their family members.
All these people are making a killing. We've been on these sets. We worked on Life. I'm going to give you an example. The whole cast was damn near black. Behind the scene, how many black people did we see working? The only black people that were working were the two the people that they had. They had Eddie Murphy had a stunt. Those were only two. Yeah. Plugging the camera up, building the set, the transportation,
the food, all white.
Okay, so the question is, are there different people of other ethnicities, and you're talking about specifically black, but whatever ethnicities outside of
minorities.
White, okay, minorities, okay, not non-white people, that want to do these jobs.
Absolutely.
Okay, hey, I'm asking. So then, where are they, and what are they doing to do it?
You can't get in. You can't get in.
That's
Like they're passing it down to their...
Do tell.
Exclusive club.
Because you know me, I don't like can't and all those kind of...
Well, I ain't going to say you can't. I'm not going to say you can't.
But I understand what you're just saying, just generally, but I'm just, just putting that out there to not close off any opportunities or possibilities.
If all things were equal,
okay.
If all things were, if it was a level playing field.
In the real world.
Because what Bobby just said, Bobby really summed up the explanation to what you were asking. He gave the definition to what you're asking. When Robert does a movie, there's no problem finding these people. Right. I mean, it's a line. It's a line out the door to hire these people. Tyler Perry, I'm sure he uses a little bit more. So when there are opportunities, small as they may be, then you have an overflow of people trying to get this job. The bottom line is that you have highly qualified, skilled people that can do these jobs that are not being given a chance.
Well, he said it again. When you have 1,000 films that's white and 10 films that's black, then you have 10 films where there's black people working behind the scenes.
Well,
and that's not enough to go around.
You have 980 something that's done by white people.
Well, the real bottom line is it really comes down to economics, just like we all know that, right?
Yes.
And the economics is they're going to put the money in their pocket and in their friends' pockets, as opposed to our pockets. And that's the big difference.
And we have to be careful because you were kind of talking about that before, too. I mean, it's not so much that it's a racist thing. I mean, it's a real world out here, so we have to talk about everything. Yeah. But in their friend's pocket may not be because that person's racist, but it just so happens to be that if that is a white producer, or because if it's your film that you're producing, if you're looking at your friends or your friends, it just probably is going to be maybe 80% black because those are your friends.
It's actually not. It's actually not racism. It's if given to your friends.
To me, to answer that question, I would say maybe it's not direct racism. or I'm skating real thin on intentional racism, but there is an amount of racism. What we need, and I'm gonna let Bobby have the floor.
Okay.
They have in football what they call the Rooney Rule, and the Rooney Rule basically states that whenever you're looking to hire a coach, you have to bring in so many black candidates, a quota of black candidates before you make your final decision.
Just make it look good.
We need a Rooney Rule in Hollywood that on these, especially jobs behind the scenes, that you have to bring in a certain amount of minorities and consider them before you make your final hire. Otherwise, I mean, this has become, it's a monopoly.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, it should be a rule to where you should at least hire one minority as a assistant or something, producer or something like that. Because, you can bring in as many as you want to make it look. That's like an audition. You go audition. If you don't get it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I brought in 100 black people, but I gave it to the white guy. You know what I'm saying? So,
in other words, we have to put some stipulations.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if we don't have some type of an affirmative action with this industry, it's going to forever be like this until we can start cranking out black.
I done went on auditions where I didn't see nothing but black people auditioning, in the studio with me. But then when it came on, it was a white person. I was like, what the? It's crazy.
What's happening with a lot of the movies, and I'm pretty sure TV shows are exactly the same. With movies, you have what they call independent movies, and you have studio movies.
Right.
And a lot of minorities work on independent movies.
True.
Now, that is because that's not union required. A lot of the tech guys are non-union. Well, those same guys can't work on those union movies because they're not union, even though they have the same skills. And so that's what our movies fall into. A lot of our movies fall into independent movies. For the studio movies, with all the white people that we see working behind the counters, behind the scenes, those are all union. If you're not union, you can't work on those movies. So we have to be in charge. Goes back to what I said again. We have to create these jobs. We have to create, as producers, we have to create jobs. The line producers have to create jobs. There have to be more jobs for us, more product. When we get more product, then there's more jobs. And then the tension is eased a little bit. But until we get more product, like Doug was saying, and get a variety, something to balance Empire out, something to balance Blackish out, something to balance out Focus and these movies, then it'll be a better opportunity for us. But until that time...
But there's another inside thing that people don't know about, because I have a friend that works behind the scenes. And if you work on independent films, that means you're not in certain unions.
Right.
So
yeah, you're just a non-union actor.
So then when you go to work on the big ones, you can't work on the big ones.
There you go.
And then if you work on the big ones, you can't work on the little ones. So if you want to work a lot as a black person, sometimes you can't even join certain unions, so you can work on those independent films and have a better chance of working.
Absolutely.
Okay,
so,
we have a caller, Chris,
on
this topic. Hey, how are you doing on the Be Life Driven Show? What's your name and where are you calling from?
How you doing? This is Tex calling from Amarillo, Texas.
Friend Tex. Friend Tex. What's up, Tex?
How you doing, man? I'm just calling in. I was listening to the show and listening to y'all just sit around and complaining about blacks not having jobs. That's a bunch of bullshit. I agree with O.
Well,
if
Tex,
you're open, you should be able to get a job. I was walking down the street the other day, and there's a black guy come up to me and asked me for a handout. Said, "Do I have anything to eat?" I said, "You lazy black son of a bitch, you get your ass out there and work and earn a living. You can make it happen. This is America, damn it. I'm tired of hearing this shit. I know you got your guest on Bobby Magoo or whatever his name is, or what have you, complaining, talking about blacks are not getting jobs. I got a job for you. Come here and cut my yard. That's what you need to do. I'm sick of this."
Well, Tex, if you pay us right, we probably will come cut your yard, you know? So we're not turning down work. We're just asking for a fair shake, that's all.
That's all we want.
You got a fair shake. Hell, you're riding at the front of the bus now. They just had, look, did you watch the news yesterday? Did you see black people marching across that bridge?
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
Years ago, we wouldn't let you march across the bridge. Now you're marching across the bridge. What the hell are you complaining about?
Yeah, but what you're not telling us is that bridge is still named after a Ku Klux Klan.
Well, hey, you can't change that now. I mean, I think that's a great thing. You killed two birds with one stone. You got a Klan name over the bridge, and you got black people marching under it. Hell, that's as good as it gets to me. I mean, it was like watching Moses cross the Red Sea.
Well, that's your opinion, Tex. I mean, we have a long ways to go, you know. And
a long ways to go, and it's people like you that's going to make it a longer way to go.
Hey, don't say that now, because I'm an equal opportunity employer. I had Shaniqua in here the other night, and I'll tell you, she got the best cocoa you ever had. I mean, we raffle all night, so don't say I'm prejudiced, because I sleep with black women as much as I sleep with white women. I love everybody. But, I want you to chime in on this now, because didn't you just say you got to be open and you got to get out there and try? You can't just use racism as a roadblock. Am I right?
Well, I was just about to ask Bobby, when you use the word complain, what we do on this show is we put out, we vent about different things. Yes. And then we turn around and then we look at the resolutions. We're not going to leave this show without leaving you with some resolutions, some thoughts, some choices. And so that's what I was just about to engage with Bobby about, to find out, what is it that we can do? What are the thoughts that you have, in Hollywood? And specifically, we're talking about, minorities or black Hollywood, as they say,
Well, I think the first thing we have to start with is scripts if we want to do good product. A good show starts with a good script. A good script has to be written by someone. So why not us? No one can ever tell our stories the way we can tell our stories. So these are some of the things that we can do. Let's do our product as opposed to always wanting to do and being a part of their product. Let's tell our stories. That's a beginning. You got to start with a great script. And then when we get in those positions, let's hire our people. And if not as many as we like, as many as we can.
You hear that, Tex? We're going to hire our people. I hear
what he's saying, but hell, I don't see what you're complaining about, man. There have been some great movies that helped. I thought that was good. I liked that Amistad picture where they brought the slaves over here. That was good. That 12 Years of Slave. I mean, these are some good pictures. They're truthful. They show you people that's doing what you do when you were slaves and how you overcame and how you can walk across the bridge. And now this is great television. You know what? I got an idea for a show, and I think you might like this one, Brother Magoo. I think what you need to do is come down here to Amarillo, Texas, right? They got a street down here full of nothing but crackheads, right? I think you should get a camera and do a story on the crackhead, because I'm telling you, you've got plenty drama when you're dealing with these crackheads. This would win an Oscar. You like to help? Try the crackhead. I think that'd be a great movie.
Are they white crackheads?
You can hire a lot of black people, because it'd be an all-black cast, so they're all black doing crack. What do you think about that?
Oh, God. Well, Tex, you're kind of behind, and you're setting us behind with these kind of statements. What I think you need to do is educate yourself a little bit and get some friends who can tell you the difference in society. Now, things have changed, Tex. We're growing. And
that's what I just said. You crossed the bridge. How much more do you want to grow than that? I think that's great. Look, I don't want you to think that I'm a racist, because I have a black friend, Leroy. I called in with him the other day. I ate some soul food at his house. It was great. All I'm saying is you got to get out there and work. You got to get out there and make things happen. So don't complain. Someone do like O said, get out and make something happen. Now, I'm getting ready to go round up a bunch of these crackheads right now and put them on a tractor and bring them back here and have them pick this corn out the field. Now, I'm going to take a picture of the truck before I pick the crackheads up, and I'm going to take a picture of the truck after I pick them up, and you see who wants to work. Now, when I come out there to Los Angeles, if I pull a tractor up to Home Depot, Mexicans are falling out before I get up there good. You got to get out there and work. That's the only message that I want to put. I love y'all. I'm going to go up here and pick these crackheads up. I'll call back next week and let you know how things turn out.
Read your Bible.
Tex, you take care of yourself.
Take care.
Man, that guy's living behind.
Yeah, he was a little hard today. We usually Tex, is okay, but Tex was a little hard today. I don't know what Tex been doing all weekend and stuff.
Well, what he has to understand is that we're not complaining. We're making change, and the things that we have to do it as far as creating more producers.
Well, now say we are maybe in this room, and so that is a concern. Though, even with everything else that he was saying, that might have been a little, The thing is, a lot of people do complain, and that's the reason why I do start the show, with the affirmation and opening up our minds to this positive thinking, because so many people are closed off. They do complain. They don't do anything about it. And it'd be a same grip, a same want to be director, a want to be writer, a want to be singer, so on and so forth. You going around Hollywood, you came here from whatever, from Arkansas or Mississippi or from any wonderful state, and then you do nothing but tell people that you're something, and you have nothing to show for it. You haven't worked on sets. You haven't paid your dues on the non-union to get to the union or whatever.
Education is everything. For the people who want to be and can be, we need to educate them. If we knew better, we'd do better. So therefore, for the people who are complaining and saying they're this and they're that, they probably in their heart really want to be these people, like directors and actors. Well, then if we don't have no facility to train them or to teach them how to be a director, how many people, minorities...
But Bobby, what do you mean that there's no facility to teach them? I mean, look, back when I was really trying to learn how to put a script together, I went to a community college and it cost like hardly anything just so I could learn the format. Nobody told me how to do that or to go to some big fancy smancy Hollywood class by somebody. I just wanted to get a grip on it, just to start to learn. So I took a class. So
you're the people we're looking for. You're exactly who we're looking for. So we have to find those people. And we have to find the people who are in training, who have...
But my point is, it's not so much about like me as it is that if you want something, if you say you really want something and you're just complaining about it, I'm saying, okay, now for you as an actor that is an active worker, an active actor, excuse me, what are the steps? What are you still doing to be active, to stay out there, to still book work?
Well, what I'm doing is learning to produce. And going to a different phase in my life, because I realize that they're not going to hire us.
So you basically, I like what you're saying. You basically have become independent. You've accepted the fact that there's no work out there, and you've become independent in the sense that I'm going to make it happen. So I'm going to pool together my resources. I'm going to get with people who are sharing the same ideas.
Absolutely.
That's a great idea.
Okay, wait, listen. I love what you're doing. And I understand what you're doing because I'm an independent artist. I independently published my own book. I independently put out my own album. I produce my own shows. However, I just want to be clear, again, with today's affirmation, being very serious about that yes, we do have to create our own lane and do what we need to do, especially if you're doing something special within yourself. Exactly. And you see that maybe it's not as much work out there just on the numbers, straight up. You look in and you see, you looking through the castings and you're like, man, it's 10 black shows, there's 1,000 white shows, I'm a black man, hey, I want to create something great. But I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there to just kind of coach that languaging, not to say that there's nothing. Not to say that there's nothing, like there's no opportunities for you out there. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right. I have a direct quote from Denzel Washington. I think I've said it before on the show. He said it, to get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
Absolutely.
Yes. I want to say this right here, because we only got a few more seconds. And this might be a little off kilter, but it still is in the realm of, stepping out and making something happen. You in the pole dance, did you take a class? I'm asking because I'd like my wife to get involved. Is it a tape that you bought?
I talked to your wife about it. She can go with me to a pole class. How about that?
Oh, yeah. Give me the information. I'll make sure she show up because I think that's a valuable asset. You know what I mean?
It's look, on the sidebar on that, it's a great workout, especially for women with upper body strength. But there are women that go there to connect with their sexuality.
So this is a class that you can take?
They have classes, and there's really advanced levels that really go crazy on the circus level.
I never heard this. A pole dancing class?
I have one question. Is it all female or male female?
It's all female for the most part. There's been this is a whole nother.
Well, I'm just saying there's always one guy that act like he want to take the class and
no. I've been to several pole classes, different places. And sometimes there might be a guy,
a happy person.
Yeah,
well,
but it's really for all women.
Okay.
Are they in the hood? I'm gonna have to get this information. It's in the hood.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, because we had to bring that up because I wanted to take that.
I knew that was on his mind.
Because I would love for my wife to learn how to do that and get a pole dance and whatever. Because you should be able to live your fantasies with your marriage.
They have all kinds of fun stuff. They have all kinds of like burlesque dancing and chair dancing and.
Do they have like a recital when you graduate?
Yeah, they actually do. You're laughing, but they actually do.
Really?
They do.
Does it cost a lot? Is it like a regular gym membership?
You know what? What are you doing?
Wow. We already talked about the other stuff. I just want to make sure, because we're about to wrap up. I'm not going to be here for the show after the next show. I need to get all this information that I can right now so I can put my wife
Have your wife contact me. I'll give her all the info. Then you be out of town, and then you come back, and then she'll come back, and she can.
And then we can play that song, I Don't Mind. Then, you know what I'm saying? In our own private little thing, not for the kids.
Make that money.
But as a wrap up, you're right. It is 11:54 a.m. We've really enjoyed connecting with you out there, all our Be Life driven listeners. But Bobby, what are your final thoughts on this? We were just wrapping up before we were so rudely interrupted by Doug with this poll.
To me, that's a form of independence.
I want to be at that graduation.
That's what I'm saying.
Invite me too.
That's a form of taking the ball and putting it,
Yeah, please invite me.
Bull by the horns. Yeah, we'd love to see your graduation.
What month is that? I'm open.
I'll make sure I'm in town for that one. And I will bring a graduation present. Go ahead. Bobby.
I think that what we have to do is stay focused, keep working hard as actors, writers, producers, join as many unions as we can get into, and just learn. Try to get as many Jewish and white friends as you can and try to get in, because we have to get in. They've been doing this for a very long time, and there's nothing wrong with teaming up with your white friends. There's nothing wrong with it.
Networking.
Team up with your white friends.
Yeah, team up with your white friends.
You never know when you might need a good cosigner.
I mean, I feel you, and I get what you're saying. I mean, really and truthfully, no matter what the color of the person, if someone is doing amazing things in the industry that you want to be in,
get in it.
You need to be connecting with those people. Chris, what's that saying you always say?
If you hang out with 9 rich people, you're bound to be the 10th.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And if you want to say it all the way, if you hang out with 9 broke people, you're bound to be the 10th broke one. So hang out with 9 rich people, and you're bound to be the 10th.
That's right.
So it's just like if you want to be the best that you want to be, and you want to connect and grow to the next level, then you are going to be mentored by those people. And you know what? People make a lot of excuses and say, well, I can't get to Hollywood. I can't get there. Me and Chris have talked about this before on the show. This is a whole big open world. You can go on the internet. You can download a book. You can watch, your favorite artist. If you're a singer, you might not be able to connect with the Seth Riggs or whatever he charges, $300 an hour. I don't know. So who's your favorite vocalist?
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you love, I don't know, Jennifer Hudson, and you can watch all of her, listen to what she's doing. If you're a horn player, whatever, listen to these people, watch these people, be mentored. And there's people that will talk to you.
Absolutely.
I know I talk to a lot of artists. I love it,
And this is to the women out there. If you're hanging out in the club and you hung out with Chris Brown or whoever, one of the top actresses, Lil Wayne, and you're hanging out with, I don't want to mention his name, but if you're hanging out with these top people, don't think you're an actress. Just because you hung out with them last night. You know what I'm saying? It's more to what O is saying. Right. You have to take classes or whatever. Don't come home. Don't call your friend. Don't call your friend back east and say, "Oh, I was in the club with so and so. I'm making it. I'm on my way.
No,
I'm on my way.
You're hanging out.
Yeah, you're hanging out. It's a difference. It's a difference.
It's a difference that you're hanging out at the club with, whoever.
Yeah.
If you hang or you're hanging out at the club with Denzel Washington. Or you're making a movie with them, sitting down having a meeting.
Right. It's a difference. It's a difference.
Well, I think to sum it up, that everyone who wants to be in this business and who really are serious, find somebody that you like and that you want to mentor or, assimilate.
Yes.
And by doing that, I guarantee you at some point you'll meet that person, whether they're an actress, a director, producer, or whatever. Right. But just focus on that and keep your focus. Showbiz is all about distractions. So many distractions, so many parties, so many things to go to. But if you keep your focus, you can definitely reach your goal.
Right.
So that's what I would say.
That's a wonderful, wonderful closing.
Focus.
Where can we find you, Mr. John McGee?
Bobby McGee.
Oh, okay. Bobby McGee. Oh, gosh.
We can find him in the DMV and in Arkansas.
I'm sorry about that. Bobby McGee, where can we find you?
You can find me at every USC home football game.
Big USC fan. What's your Facebook? Is Bobby McGee Facebook?
Yeah, you can also email me at sitcomman@yahoo.com. Which is SITCOMMAN.
And what's the name of the movie you did with Robert? Starring Sally Richardson, right?
Yeah, starring Sally Richardson. The movie is entitled
I love her. She's beautiful.
Plan for Love.
Yeah,
Plan for Love.
Sally throws down in this movie. She's fantastic. Robert's in it. Lawrence Hilton Jacobs. A lot of good people. What's her name? Jennifer Lewis is in it. She plays Sally's really good friend in the movie. It's a fantastic movie. It's called Plan for Love, and I hope you guys will go out and see it.
All right, Chris, where can we find you? And when is that book coming out, homie?
I'm trying to tell you. Google me, baby. Chris Angelo Word. Just Google me. I'm going to pop up. Google me. Shoot, Google me. And you go ahead, O.
Well, we'll find out what Doug got going on.
Yeah, what you got going on, Doug?
Twitter. I'm about to go make this money run or whatever.
Money run. You sound like you in love with it. You about to
He in love with the cocoa, too.
When you talk about I'm going to make this run, well, that don't sound right.
That's what we say these days or whatever. But, I have to say that because anybody thinking about dropping their kids off, I'm selling drugs.
That's another one. Next time she come over with the kids, open up the door and be like, how much you want? But that's you. I'm sorry. Let the kids come in.
Yeah, you know what? You better get paid for this. He's taking all these notes. Think about to be in his next show.
Listen, you ain't got to worry about this. We finna stop all this child.
Hey, Doug, all you got to do is put them to work, brother. They hate work. When you mention work, they're gone.
That's the kids, though. With the parents still drop off. Go over to Doug's house. He'll teach you how to work.
Where can we find you, Doug?
DougWilliams.net. And at you can Doug Williams fan page on Facebook, and probably at one of these pole dancing classes.
Where can we find you at, O?
I will be looking that up.
You can find me all over social media. Spirit of Oya on all the social media and spiritofoya.com. Don't forget to get your Spirit of Oya CD and your book 5-Star Points for Success. Remember, everybody, I am open to receiving success.
And you know what? You are open too, because if this singing thing don't work out with it, I tell you, you're gonna have a future in pole dancing. You can get some quick money in that pole dance and still good good sleeping at night.
Well, she on her way, and we all going to watch.
Oh, gosh. Peace and blessings. We will see you soon.
This is the Be Life Driven Radio Show. We love you.
Thank you very much for having us.
We all get ready to go get some what?
Cocoa.
No, we're not.
Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. To the honeys getting money, playing fellas like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Papa. You got a gun up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. Why? Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby. Baby. Straight up, honey, really, I'm asking. Most of these fellas think they be macking, but they be acting. Who they attracting with that line? What's your name? What's your sign? Soon as he buy that wine, I just creep up from behind and ask you what your interests are. Who you be with? Things to make you smile. What numbers to dial? You gon' be here for a while. I'm gon' call my crew. You gon' call your crew. We can rendezvous at the bar around 2. Plans to leave, throw the keys to little C's. Pull the truck up front and roll up the next one so we can steam on the way to the telly. Go fill my belly. A T-bone steak, cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape. Conversate for a few, cause in a few we gon' do what we came to do. Ain't that right, boo? Forget the telly, we just go to the crib and watch a movie.